Most e-commerce emails quietly destroy your brand's reputation and trust because of some simple mistakes that you can easily avoid. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 emails that I recently received in my inbox, and I'm going to show you the mistakes I'm talking about that you might be making as well, and I'm going to show you 2 examples that are good and that you can copy. Okay, so email 1 is from a nutrition brand. I'm going to be rating the copy separately and the design separately. So first of all, in terms of design, I would give this a 4 out of 10, mainly because, and by the way, when I say design, I don't just mean how it looks, but also is the design optimized for conversion. So in this case, I would give it a 4 out of 10 because in the hero section, there is no CTA. This is a sale, right? So when it comes to content emails and educational emails, for those it's okay if there isn't a CTA in the hero section. But when it comes to sale campaigns, okay, you need to always have a CTA in the hero section. And when I say hero section, I mean the section of the email that is seen without the subscriber having to scroll down. That's one reason why it's a 4 out of 10. Another reason is they've used design for the top part, but in the middle part they've used text only. So text that's formatted exactly like on a document. So look, if you're going to go with a designed email, make it polished. If you don't have time to do a designed email, make it a personal plain text email. But if you try and do both, if you try and do designed, so the top part is design, the bottom part is text, then there's another design, then it's products. If you're going to do this type of inconsistencies, it's just going to make the brand look rough, look rushed, as if you're not putting effort into your marketing, right? So you don't want to do that. If it was going to be designed, make the text designed as well. If not, keep everything plain text and personal, coming from one person in the team. Okay, don't have a team sign off. Have a sign off of a personal human. Okay, that is the design. Now for the copy, let's see. So first of all, I've read the entire copy. I would rate it a 5 out of 10. Firstly, because I've never bought from them and I've received this email to my personal inbox. Okay, and they've just lied, saying we're giving our most loyal customers. I've never bought from them, and neither has 70% of their email list, because 70% of an email list consists of non-buyers. So them sending out an email to everyone, calling them loyal customers, is just a no-go. It is trust. It just makes the brand look cheap and just not genuine. Instead, they could have just personalized the angle for non-buyers by saying, hey, because you haven't tried our protein yet, we've got a special discount for you. So just switch up the reason instead of sending out a lie to everyone. Another reason why the copy is a 5 is just because it's AI generated, clearly AI generated. Like there is no flow, like the copy doesn't flow, it's not structured properly, it's structured like a document. You know how specifications are? Here's one list, here's another list, and then the sign off as if it was written by a human. That is just not good. And even here, they forgot to add the placeholder in case there is no first name. So yeah, overall, I would give this email a 4.5 out of 10. Next, email number 2. First of all, the design, I would give it a 5 out of 10. First of all, because there is no logo, okay? We don't know who it's coming from. Secondly, just the structure is a bit confusing, and it's just hard for the eyes to know where to look first, what do I need to read first. Everything is just messy. And this is not the brand's style, it's just their email design is messy. Even the buttons, the contrast of the button color and the background color is low, so it just makes it even harder on the eyes to find the button. Next, for the copy, I would give this a 3 out of 10. First of all, because they're giving 2 different offers inside of the same email, which is confusing. I know it sounds dumb, but customers are just in a rush, they don't read everything, and if they see 2 different discounts, 2 different offers, they're going to be confused, and confused people do not buy. Even if they had a need, if they get confused, they'll just skip the email and be like, I don't want to use brain calories. So actually the copy, I would give it a 3 out of 10. Next, we have this email, number 3. In terms of design, I would give it a 3 out of 10 because there is no CTA, there is no button to click on. I don't really know about the background because this could just be the brand style, so I'm not going to judge. But even in terms of design, there is nothing in the email. They could have added more product images to show the different products or categories, because right now, if a subscriber receives this and they're interested in buying something, they would have been interested in buying something but because there is nothing on the email. You just can't spark that desire, that impulse desire for them to go on site. Because right now they have to just use their memory to remind themselves of, okay, what products does this brand sell? You want to make it as easy as possible for the subscribers to be able to make a decision. So always show products, even if it's just a simple sale that you want to announce. Always show products or categories. In terms of copy, there is nothing to rate because there is no copy. It's just like 5 words. So you can't really rate the copy. Let's just say the copy is a 2 out of 10. At least they've kept it simple. So you get 1 point for that. By the way, you could have the best email strategy, but if you're landing in spam, it's just not going to work. We recently helped a client go from 14% to 46% open rate by fixing 3 deliverability mistakes they were making. Another brand jumped from 37%, which is an average open rate, all the way to 67%. And another client's bounce rate this time dropped from 36% all the way down to 0%. There's a free guide in the description that shows you the exact fixes. It will take you 20 minutes to implement, but it could change your email marketing forever. Next, this email. In terms of design, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Firstly, because the logo is taking up way too much space. Secondly, because the email just seems to be designed by a beginner. Just have a look at the CTA. You can't even tell this is a CTA. I can't really judge the designs being used because this could be the brand's design or signature, so I can't really judge that. But just based on the UX and UI of the email, I can tell it's not optimal for conversion. This part is pretty solid. They've got some text that is easy to digest. The spacing could be better here so that the CTA is more clear. They've done a good job here by showing the products and the new prices. That's a good job. Yeah, in terms of design, 6 out of 10. In terms of copy, I would give it a 5 out of 10 because it's just confusing. The sale is on all the cents, but they seem to be focusing on 1 cent. So yeah, next email. In terms of design, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. First of all, you should not have a header menu because it distracts from the main message of the email. You can have a menu, you should have a menu, but the menu should be in the footer, okay, at the bottom of the email, so that after they've gone through the entire email, that's when we can present them more choices. And the hero section is quite good. It's clear, the sale ends tonight, it's clear what the sale is. They've even got a countdown timer that's going on. That was a dynamic countdown timer, but it's not showing inside of the screenshot. And they've got a CTA in the hero section of the email. So the hero section is a good job. But here where it gets a bit rough, they've just got a long list of products and each product has too much info that's not really needed. Okay, you don't need to show this info inside the email. This info can be on the product page. Okay, so you see every product has a BOGO text, has a category name, has the exact product name, the exact rating, the variants, and the CTA for every product. So it's just making the entire email heavy. And not only that, but halfway through, yeah, it's just confusing. All these collections, all these products. And then after that, they've just got reviews just added roughly with no effort. And then the reader just has to figure out, okay, this review is for, okay, creatine. This review is for, okay, this product. So it just makes it hard for the reader to understand the entire email. Instead of doing that, it should have just done one product, okay, added a small review next to that product, okay, without all of this useless info, just having the product name and the review next to it, and a simple shop now button. Yeah, so just doing that for the main products. You should not be having this many products. If you have this many products, then you should show collections instead of products, because all of these seem to be from different categories, different collections. So yeah, it just makes the email long and just rough. In terms of copy, there isn't much to judge. They've just got like 7 words in the hero section, and then they've just got product names and reviews. So yeah, there isn't much copy. I would just give the copy a 3 out of 10, just based on how the reader has to read and how persuasive it is. So next email, okay, so these are the 2 emails that are actually good. Now let me show you what is good about them. So for this one, the design, I would give it a solid 9. And the reason I'm saying 9 is because never say perfect, because there is always room for improvement. That's the only reason why I'm saying 9 and not 10. So why is this such a good design? First of all, super simple. They've got hero text, they've got CTA at the top of the email, they've got an image that actually matches, they've displayed the review nicely, so it's easy to understand that this is a review. They've even made the important words in bold. They're using different sections for different sections of the email, using a mix of photographs as well as icons, so that it's easy to understand. And yeah, it's just good to look at, it's good to engage with. You can tell they're putting effort inside of the marketing. That's a brand that actually cares. Yeah, very good job, easy to understand, easy to digest, very clicky. It's easy to click on buttons. Now for the copy, I would give it 7 out of 10. It could do a better job when it comes to the hero section for the email, the hero text, sorry. Because right now, if we open the email just from the hero text, can we tell what this email is about? That's the question I ask myself. In this case, it's a bit confusing. What is this email about? When they scroll down and they read the first 2 sentences, then you start to understand it's a product highlight. They're highlighting one of the products, the ingredients, the benefits, etc. So yeah, one takeaway for you, this quick test that I showed you, within 2 seconds, just by reading the hero section, can the reader tell what the email is about? So next email, for the design, I would give this an 8 out of 10. So firstly, in the hero section, it looks super cool, it's got a nice image, and straight away you can tell that this is an email about the, okay, I don't know how you pronounce it, otates, okay? This is the only part of the email that is a bit bad. Okay, the contrast isn't good, it's just hard to read. Instead of doing that, they should have gotten rid of the gradient or just moved it a bit more up so that the background of this section would be a plain color and not a gradient, so that's easy to read. But apart from that, they've done a good job, design is good, they've displayed the products nicely, you see how it's easy to understand, and the products are taking most of the space. So in terms of design, that's that. Now in terms of copy, I would give this an 8 out of 10. There isn't much to judge, but they've done a good job keeping the email short, just mentioning the features, the benefits. They've kept it short and snappy, added a review, and yeah, just mentioned some points. Yeah, super quick and snappy email. Again, not much copy to judge, but it's good. Not every email needs a lot of copy, especially for apparel brands, where it's more about how the products look and feel, and less about pain points and desired outcomes. So yeah, that was the review.